So range is also a type of data we have in the Python. We have seen other types in the last session. We discussed it like list, tuple, dictionary, like set. We have seen those things. In the same way, we have range. So range is basically to generate range of numbers we use. Using range type of data, we have a range function basically. So using range function, you can generate a range of numbers. To generate a range of numbers, we use range function. So that gives you a range sequence. It's nothing but sequence. Sequence means serially you are going to get it. Okay. For example, I write this way. I try to create a variable. Then I say here some RNG. This equal to, I type it as range followed by 10. When I say like this generates range of numbers like 0, 1, 2, 3. So up to 9, this is going to generate. It will generate 9. 10 is what here? Exclusive. 10 will not generate. It generates range of numbers starting from 0 to 9. So here this is a range object. Okay, it can give you 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 9. Similarly, I may write here RNG1. This is range. Then I say here 2, 5. So this is going to generate numbers 2, then 3, then 4. It will generate here 3 numbers. 2 is inclusive, but 5 is not inclusive. 5 is exclusive. So 2 to 5. That generates for us 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So it is generating range of numbers. Similarly, in one another way also you can generate range. So RNG2, I write this way, range. Then I give here 2, then I put 20, then followed by I say 2. So 2 is what? Start value, and this is what here? This is min value, this is max value, and this is here what? Step value. So when you take 10, it is starting at 0 up to 9. Every time it increments by 1. That means 0, 1, 2, 3, like that you get. So you are going to get this way sequence. So when you write here RNG1 equal to range, then we write here 2, 5. So that gives you 2, 3, 4. It can give you 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so the 2 is what? Starting number, and 5 is here the maximum number. 2 is minimum and 5 is maximum. So this gives you 2, 3, 4. So it cannot generate maximum number, but it generates 2, 3, and 4. Like this you can generate range of numbers. Also, in the third one, we generate RNG2 equal to range, then we put here 2, 22. So starting number is 2, and up to 20 it can generate numbers. Okay, then every time by how much it has to increment? By 2. So 2 you get, 4 you get, 6 you get, then 8, 10, 12, like that it's going to generate range of numbers. So range is also one such data type we have in the Python. Now let me launch Visual Studio Code and demonstrate this. Okay, so this was yesterday's program. I just start here a new one, a new file. I need to choose a language. So I go with the Python in this. Okay, now in this, I would like to create a program in which it uses range. So I write like this, RNG, this equal to, I put range of 10. So when I write it, now when I print this one, print RNG, this will print range of numbers starting from 0 up to 10. This will print. This one I save as, okay. So in this I put it as RNG seq, and it's a Python file. Save like this. Next step, what I do, I just come to command prompt. Okay, then I change my directory to the concerned folder. Okay, so it is Python CSV. I put like this. Now when I check like this, I'll find another file called range se1. Range, sorry, spelling is something wrong. I kept, no problem, because file name, it doesn't make any difference. Now I go with Python here, followed by, I put rng, followed by se1. I put like this .py file. Now this will be getting interpreted. It is giving here range 0, 10. Okay, so what is happening exactly in this piece of code? Here it is taking actually it as what we are getting in this 0, 10. The range is going to be 0, 10. In order to print its values, you have to run some kind of loop. The loop I can write this way, but loop I am not explaining you here everything. Just for demonstrating this, I try to show. For x in RNG, then what I do, print x. So I print like this. This is going to print all the numbers from the range. Now again I come to this, then do like this. It's printing here 0 to 9. So when I say range 0, 10, it's going to take values from 0 to 9 here. 10 is the last number. So total number here from 0, starting from 0, it's going to generate here total 10 numbers. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 10, we are going to get it. So it's printing here for us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 9. So total 9 numbers are generated here. Now next example, what we do, we go with the another one. See, this is scope. If I put here another piece of code, that becomes part of for loop. But if I move towards left side, it's going to be another code block. This you can think as a code block. In the code block, how we write code block, this is the starting of the code block. Then inside this, whatever code you have to move towards right side. It's called as indentation. This concept is called as indentation. Yes, the other day we were discussing about indentation. So it is indentation. But when you work with language like C, we use in this manner curly brackets. Let me put here the same code when you write in the Java language, for example. You take here, for each we write, for each x in RNG, we put, then here we put curly brackets like this. We are going to keep curly brackets like this. So here scope is defined using curly brackets. This is called a scope in the Java language. But when you work with Python, the scope is using indentation. So the indentation is saying about the scope. So this is for loop. As long as there are values in the range for x, it's going to print continuously. So loop is working here in this. Now let us come to next one. Here I write RNG1. This is range. I put this as 2, 5. So this has to print for us. It has to print for us 2, 3, 4. Now same thing we take here. Same for loop again we take and we try to print here. But in this what we do, we just change the variable name. So this will print for us. It is going to print for us actually 2, 3, 4. It has to print 2, 3 and 4. Again, let us run this. Okay, there is no gap. That's why they are looking like, combined. So I put like print. Here I write hash like this. Second range data. Put like here second range data. So this way I can put here hash. Okay, so this is here first range data. I take this and put here as first range data. So I put here this as first range data. So this is going to print first range data. This is what here. Orange is the first range data. Orange one is second range data. So now when you print it, clearly you can see what it's going to print. See here, first range data S has come in that. Fine. So I change it to D. Okay, here also change it. Then I try to run again here. So now what it says, first range data, it's printing from 0 to 9. In the second, it's printing 2, 3, 4. Because if you look at definition, we have written orange one is here range 2, 5. So this is containing here 2, 3 and 4. So like this is working. Now next thing, what I do, I create a range in which I can use a step value. So write orange 3. This is here range. Then after that I put this as 2, then 20 followed by 2. So this will print all even numbers. It is starting with 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, like that it is going to print. Now again I take this here, then using for loop I would like to print it. So here it is, I put this as third range data. This is here third range data, and this one orange 2 I put, and this also I change it to orange 2. So from the range 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, like that it's going to print for us. So here run now, what we get, see. So in the first one it's printing 0 to 9, but when you take the second one, 2, 3 and 4, 5 is what here, it is the outer boundary which is not actually inclusive, that is exclusive. Even when you go with the 222, here 20 is what, exclusive, it is outer boundary, we can say. So from 2 to 20, 20 is not inclusive in that, so it's printing 2, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So in that way it's printing. So this is what basically a range. We use range like this, and we try to print the type of range also here. So print right here the type of, I put here the orange. Orange is also nothing but here range. Here write the type of, then you put here type, in this you put orange. So like this it prints even the type of the range. What is the type of data it can print for us. So what it says here, class range, that means it's another type of data. It's what type of data? Range type of data, in which you have sequence of numbers. Okay, you can have sequence. We have total 3 sequences. We have 3 sequences. One is what? We have a list, we have a tuple, then one more is what? Range. So in the list you have sequence of numbers, it may not be serial. Okay, you have a sequence of numbers in that, sequence of numbers or sequence of data in general. Okay, when it comes to tuple is also something like list, but difference is what? Tuple is read only. Whereas this is what range is, only for integers. You can generate only integers in this. So we are taking like this, orange range 10, it's printing here 0 to 9. In the next case, it's printing actually 2, 3, 4. In the next one, it's printing 2 to 18. But we have taken the range as 2, 20. Step value is how much here? Sorry, step value is 2. That means every time it has to increment by 2. 2 it takes, 4 it takes, 8 it takes, like this. It's going to print up to 20. So this is what basically the range is. Range is also a type of data. It's called as here range. Type of data itself is actually range, but it is a sequence type, we can say. So sequence of data, we can say list, tuple and range, they come under sequence. So they can be called as here sequences. So this is what exactly range is. As we move ahead, I can practically show you how we can use the range, but not right now. I'll show later on that one. Okay, so when practically we implement loops, at the time it's going to be more appropriate. So therefore, try to understand now what exactly range, how to generate range of numbers. Now next thing, yes, Swati?
Nothing.
Okay.
Go,
So
go ahead.
next one is we work with the date. Dates are also very, very important for us. We have a module called date time in the Python. In Python, we have a module called date time. With the help of date time, we can manage date and time. Okay, so this is very, very important. Date time managing is very important because these days data we have in different ways. Like strings we have, numbers we have, true or false we have, list we have. Similarly, we have dictionaries, we have sequence. Okay, so we have binary type of data. In the same way, we need to have some type of data for handling the dates as well as times. So to manage date and time, there is a module, inbuilt module in the Python. It's called as date time. So with the help of that, we can manage date as well as time. Now I show you how to use this date and time. I save this, then I close this file. Okay. Now once again I click on the new file, use Python again. In this, I demonstrate the date and time. Very first thing is you need to import the module called date time. Okay, so the date time we need to import as a separate module. It is existing. It's not actually core. Core means automatically when you write program, Python program, it is available. Okay, but whenever, see, in every program you may not require date time. You may require some print statement, input statement, operations like arithmetic. They are very much core. That's why in every by default they are available. But whenever you want to work with date and time, in all programs they don't require date time. So therefore, if you need to import. Otherwise, you need not import it. So what we are doing here, we are importing date and time. So this is called date and time. Using this, we can manage date as well as time. Now, very first thing is I want to first of all get current time and current date and time. So therefore, I write here dt now. That means current date and time I want to get. So therefore, first I use here date time, package name, or I can say namespace, or we can say module. So date time is called as here namespace. Under namespace, we have other names. Name is what exactly? A class name or a function name, okay, or a variable name or a constant name that can be called as identifiers. Okay, all names we put under one under one particular logical name, that is called as a namespace. So datetime is what? It's a namespace. It's a module name also. We say we are importing module using particular name here. So namespace for date manipulation, related to date time, we use date time namespace. So it is module name also. What we do here, we write import date time. Now I want to get current date and time. So date time is nothing but a module. In that we have a class called date time. Again, we have a class called date time. So from that I'm going to get current time. So for that purpose, current date and time, I type now. Okay, so now is going to be function here. When I put like this, it's going to be getting current date and time of my system. So right now the time is the date is 16/6/2021. It's in the actually DDMMYY format, and other thing is what 6:56 the time is. Now when I print it, I write here print followed by dt now. So this can give us current date time. Now when I run this, I'll save this, save as, okay, date example. Put like this. It's date example.py file. Now I come to command prompt, then here type Python date example.py. I put like this. It is saying here 2021 6/16 6:57 6 seconds 441675 milliseconds. It is showing that. Okay, so it is showing very first thing year first, then followed by month, then you have day, after that hours, minutes, seconds, and milliseconds also part of the date and time. So it's giving you current date and time from the system. So from system it is taking and showing you here the date as well as time. So we are retrieving everything when we use actually datetime dot now. It's giving you current date as well as time. Okay, so from those things individually, you can retrieve the year, the month, the day, everything is possible from that. Now let us retrieve one by one from that. We have dt now. So it is giving you current date and time, but sometimes what we require, we need to get individual things from that. So therefore, here I want to retrieve the individual year, individual month, individual day from that. So therefore, I write like this: print year is, then I put here what is the identifier name, variable name, date now. Followed by using dot operator, I can go with the year. It is showing with IntelliSense. I can put year. Similarly, print, I write here month is. Okay, then here I put this one dt now dot month. I can go with the month here. So month is also available in this. Similarly, print, we go with day is. Here I put comma, then again dt now dot, say this as day. Whether day is available, day is available. So now we are going to print from the date time, the year, the month and day. Also we print here hours, minutes and seconds. See, the hours is, the current hour is. Okay. Then here we put it as dt now dot hour. Like this you can put. It's giving you current hour. In the same way, you can go with print. Then this is the current minute is. Okay, current minute is, I put here dt now, the dot minute. So it can print actually minutes also. In the same way, seconds also we can print. Okay, the current seconds is, here we type like this, then followed by dt now dot seconds. But when you go with this, there can be one problem. Here, whatever seconds are shown, you may not get same thing there. The reason, first of all, it is actually generating dt now. So after generating that, it's printing one by one. By the time it comes to this part, probably the time changes here, because to print it takes some time. Whenever it's generated, it may be say 1 second, but by the time it comes to print this one, it might have been changed to 2 seconds. That may happen sometimes. So whatever you print, whatever is getting printed here, if you try to see here, you may not get. But with this print statement, whatever you are printing, it's going to match always that second. Now once again run this. So what it says here, first it's printing the current date and time. Year is 2021, month is 6, day is 16, current hour is 7, current minute is 1, then followed by current seconds is 14. So whatever 14 we have here, the same 14 here. Here also we can find same 14. So like this we can extract individual components also from the given date time. You can get only hours, you can get minutes, you can get seconds, you can get year, you can get month, you can get day. So like this you can be getting them. So this is exactly what, it's a program to demonstrate date and time. This is giving you current date and time. Okay, but sometimes what happens, we need to format the given date. We have to format the given date and we have to print that like weekday, something like Wednesday or Wednesday. Okay, similarly it may be day of month. So like that actually we have to print. So in such cases we can use a method called strf time. So using that, we can actually format it. Using strf time, we can format and we can print it. So given thing can be formatted using strf time. So that can give you the formatted date as well as time for us. So from strf, you can use various components like weekday, or say full day of the week, or it may be like 0 1 2 you can get, or you can see day of month, something like 0 1 2 3, like that you can get. Okay, so in that way we can actually get from the given date and time. Okay, so here just we are getting our minute and second, but sometimes we need to format them. Like string, we need to format. In such cases, you can use strf time. With the help of that, you can print it. Now let us retrieve from this the weekday. Okay, so what is the weekday here? If I move mouse pointer over it, it says Wednesday. Here I can use actually some formatting characters. With the help of that, I can find out the weekday. So what formatting characters are first? I'll try to tell you here. Okay, so the formatting characters, you can format them using strf time. There's a function called, it is called as strf time, string format time it is. So time means here date also inclusive, date as well as time. Okay, so it's a function. With the help of that we can format. So but what are the format strings we use here? Format codes are something like this. We have format codes in this. So here if I say like %a, this is nothing but it is a weekday, short weekday I can say. This can give you WD for us. It is short, but when you go with uppercase A, so this is going to give you actually today's day is what? Wednesday. This also gives weekday, but you get here weekday as Wednesday. Like this you can get. It's going to give you the weekday. Similarly, if you go with %w, if you go with %w lowercase, so in such cases that can give you something like 0 1 in this way. So how many days we have? Up to 6 days, depending on that. Sunday is what? Normally the start of the week. So Sunday 0, Monday 1, Tuesday 2, and Wednesday is what? 3. Like this we can print. Now first of all let us see, then after that we think about actually other things. So here I put formatted date equal to, here I write strf time. Okay, I need to put first of all format in this. I need to put format, write it as %a, then followed by %a, again I put here. Then after that, so I need to put here like dt now. Okay, now when I print it, what it prints? See, print formatted date. Now let us try to print this one here. What it's saying? WD it says, as well as Wednesday, because in the string we are using both the things. Short, I mean abbreviation of the weekday, and full name of the weekday. We are trying to print both of them. So that's why it is printing Wed as well as Wednesday. If you look at this, %a is meaning is what here? It's actually abbreviated day, weekday. %a, when you say, it is actually full weekday name. So like this is printing. These are called as format codes. And when you go with %w, that can give you weekday, numeric weekday that can give. Once again we put here %w. So what happens? See, we should get actually here WED, Wednesday, and followed by 3 it has to give us. So what it says here? Wednesday, where it's giving? Wednesday it's giving, and 3 it's giving. So that means Sunday is the weekday, first week of the day, then Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday it's giving actually 3 for us. So this way you can actually format. We are having certain formatting characters. %a for weekday, this is abbreviated one. %a, this is for say total full weekday, and %w is for numeric day of the week. It can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that we have. Now similarly, we have %d. So when you go with the %d, it is numeric day of the month. So if I put here %d here, it should give numeric day. So what is the numeric day exactly? It is 16. I should get here, it has 16. So let me run this here. It is saying 16. It's giving us actually 16. So 16 is what exactly? Numeric day of the week. So 16th day it is in the month. So it's giving in that way. 3 is what actually? The numeric day of the week. In the week we have 7 days starting at 0 and ending at 6. So 3 is nothing but here Wednesday we have. When you say 16, 16 is going to be here the day of the month. In the given month it is the 16th day. So like that it is actually printing for us. So these formatting characters we can use to get them printed. Okay. So further we see here what are the other formatting characters available. Now when we say %b, we have %b. This is giving you abbreviated month. So we have abbreviated month. Similarly, when you go with %B, this is going to be full month name you get. Let us see that here. So we go to this, then here see this one as %B. Also we put %B. Now in such cases, it has to give us the month name is what this is June, JUN it gives, but this is going to give you JUNE. Full name it should give us. It says C. So short name of the weekday, and this is full name of the weekday, numeric weekday, and this is what exactly the numeric day of the month, because in months we don't have names. In Telugu probably we have, but in here we don't have. 16 is what here? This is a day of the month. 16 we have. Then this is what June, JUN is nothing but this is the abbreviated month name, and this is what full month name. Like this we have the full month name. So %b is for abbreviated month name, and when you go with %uppercase B, it is actually full month name. So like this we get here. So these are formatting characters we have seen, and further formatting characters we have like this. When we say %m, this can give us the numeric month. So this is 6. It has to give us 6. Similarly, we have here, we go with the %y. When you go with lowercase y, this gives you only 21. Okay, but when you go with the uppercase y, this can give you complete 2021 if you take like this. So last 2 digits only are shown when you go with the lowercase y, but when you go with uppercase y, this can give you complete month name from that. Okay, similarly, if you go with the say %h, we take actually %h in this. So when you go with %h, this can give you hours. Okay, similarly, if you go with the %i, if you take, this can give you in the notation 0, 0 to 1, 2. Like this it can give. So if you go with the %p, you have %p also in this. %p can give you like AM, PM notation. Anti-meridian, post-meridian, like this can give you. So AM and PM, both I have kept AM only. So AM as well as PM, we get in that. Now next thing is %m when you take. So we can go with %m uppercase. Earlier we used %m lowercase, that's printing for numeric month. When you go with the %m, this is going to print the minutes in this format. So 00 to 59 format, in that it gives. Similarly, if you go for %s, this can %uppercase s we take. So this can give you here 00. Again, it is also up to 59. This is the range it can give. So last second is going to be 59. Very first second is 00. Like this we have. Also, we can go with the %f. %f is basically for microseconds. When you want to go with microseconds, that can show you microseconds in this. It can show microseconds also when you go with the %f. Also we have %z here. We can go with %z. This is going to give you UTC offset. Universal coordinated time it is. That is also called as, we call this as GMT, GMT, Greenwich Mean Time we say. So it's going to print UTC, and you can go with the %z. It can give you time zone. It gives you even time zone. So like this, we can actually format the given dates and as well as time. We can format using these format strings. Okay, now let us try to see this. We have done up to %y. Now what I do, I try to create another variable in which put like this, formatted. Okay, FMT, I just put variable name. FMT is dt now. From this dot strf time. From this now I would like to print only 2 digits of the year, and I want to go with the 4 digits of the year. I can go for both 2 digits of year as well as 4 digits of the year. Then after that I would like to go with the month also. So here what I do, I can go with the %m. I can go with lowercase %m. So %m meaning is what? This is going to be printing for us 21, then 2021, and it has to print us 6 also. Again run this, it should print in that way. What it is printing? It's printing actually Wednesday, then it's giving 3, then 16, June and June it's giving. Here I did not print anything, due to that we are not getting it. So we have to print like this, print, then FMT. But before that I write like this, date time with year with 2 digits, and full year and numeric month. Okay, so like this it should be printing for us. Now when we run, this is going to print that particular thing. So date time with year with 2 digits and full year and numeric month is 2021 followed by 6 it is saying. Because here the print part, if you look at this, the formatted date I should put before that. Since I'm keeping at the bottom, it's coming in this way. So it can be like this, date time with year with 2 digits and full year and numeric month. What exactly we got in this? We got it, the 21 is the abbreviated year, 2021 is full year, and 6 is what here? Month. So like this it is printing for us. It can give you this way here. So it says why it is okay, at last what it should print. Haven't I saved this? Okay, it's not saved. Due to that the problem was when you print now, exactly it's coming in the bottom, date time with year with 2 digits and full year and numeric month, 21, 2021 and 6 we get like this. So this is giving you the formatting of the full year and only abbreviated year, and other thing is numeric month. In the same way we can do with the other things, like we can print the time in the required format. Let us come into this. Then here we create another string, FMT time we write. Then in this we write dt now dot strf time. It is going to be string format time. So using this function you can format the given date and time as per your requirement. So in this, what we say, hours. Similarly, we have here hours we put here, then like 0012 format, also AM PM, like this we put. We try to show these things. Okay, now in this I put this one as, here very first thing what I need to put is, here I should put actually hours, then followed by in this is okay. Here I cannot put anything in that way. I put it as in the next line I go with the print. This is fine, but here go with %h. Next thing is what? %i and %p. I want to put these things, and I would like to print here this one FMT time. Now we try to execute this piece of code. Invalid format string it is saying. So somewhere we are missing it, either %i uppercase or lowercase. I think that is giving actually some problem. So therefore let us try to change it. I go with here %i lowercase, and this one also we try with %p upper lowercase. So how this works, let us see. Somewhere we have the problem. Still it says the same problem. So probably this is I is uppercase, correct. So remembering all those is difficult. Now try to, this time it says 0012 format, 7 it's saying, 7 it is saying, and it's saying here AM. So when you say %p, it's giving AM. So if it is night, it gives actually PM. So it says AM, and in the after 12, it's going to say it as PM. Like this, you can print it. In the AM PM notation, we are going to be printing it. Similarly, we can go with the minutes, and you can go with the seconds also. So here, come to this piece of code, then try to print minutes and seconds. Once again, FMT seconds. Okay, I create something like this, seconds. This is some variable name. We put here dt now, then dot str f time, and in this we put like this %m I take. It can give you 0059. Okay, next thing is, after this we put here this as, otherwise I put like this, month equal to, I put, then here I put comma. The next thing is seconds equal to, we put this as %s. Then we don't go with the, here next thing is offset. We put like this, then here %z we put. Okay, then time zone tz I put, this equal to, I put this as %z. Like this I want to format it. Now next print, go with the FMT seconds. You can go with FMT seconds. This can print for us the given date and time, month. Okay, sorry, it's not month, it's minutes. I should say this as minutes, not month. I can say this as here minutes equal to %m, seconds equal to %s, offset is %z, tz equal to %z I have written. So this should give me like minutes equal to, what are the minutes now? Right now it is 21, it should give. Seconds equal to whatever seconds it's having here, it should show that. Similarly, offset also, it is UTC offset has to show, then time zone also it has to show. Now run this and see. it's not showing any comma, it's showing, and time zone also it's not showing here. But minutes is 22, seconds is 13, offset just putting comma, it's not showing anything. Then time zone also it's not showing. It is just actually IST, Indian Standard Time. If you are in the US, probably you can get the time zone. So here it is only one time zone IST it is. There are no time zones in this. So therefore it's not printing anything here. So just TZ only it has taken, hasn't printed anything. But using %Z uppercase, you can actually print the time zone. Okay, similarly with %lowercase z, you can get the UTC offset time. Okay, so this is basically formatting the date. Date and time you can format using strf time. This is what all these are actually predefined types. But if you want to create your own type of data, okay, how to create, see that. This is what it is giving you, current date and time. When you go with the dt now equal to date time dot now, this is giving you current date and time. But at times what happens, you have to create your own type of your own date. So in that case, probably you specify the year, the month and second. So how to create now, see that particular thing. Okay, so here I put user date. I write like this. That means user defined date. So this equal to, I should write date time followed by date time. Again, I need to use namespace followed by date time. Then inside this, I put again date time. Then inside this, I need to specify. Okay, so I can specify here the month, day, and year. Hours also you can specify. Even minutes can be specified. Microseconds also can be specified. So, but here what I take only today's some other date. First thing I should specify year 2021. Okay, then similarly, I have to take the month. I put 06. Then similarly, I put the day. It is nothing but 26. So like this, I can create here. What I do here, I can create 2021, 6 and 26. So this is going to be future date. Okay, so it is today 16, but I'm creating with 26. So on 26, what is the, I want to get actually the character day, full day of that particular thing. I want to get full day for that. So therefore, I can use here, what character I can use there? %B, I think I can use. So if we use %B, not %B, %A I should use. With the help of %A, I can get the weekday. On 26, what is the weekday name? I want to get here. Write print. You can go with print like this, and here write the weekday of user date is, then here I go with the, what is that exactly? User date I have. User date, then followed by dot strf time. And in this I need to specify %A. So that can give you what weekday it is going to be. So what normally it is going to be 26th. We can see from the calendar here. So 26th is going to be like it is Saturday. So we should get this as Saturday here in this. Now let us run this again. The weekday of user date is Saturday, it's printing. So I created here my own date. It is taking parameters like 2021, then 6 and 26. So like this here we created the user date. In our own way we created it. Otherwise this is what system date. That is system date, but this is what exactly? User created date. So once user date is available, like other one, whatever component you want to extract from that, you can extract. You can extract year, you can extract month, you can extract day, you can extract hours, minutes, seconds, everything can be extracted. And apart from that, you can format as per the your requirement. So this is what date and time is.